Yes, back at it, conspiracy. Today we got these TikTok theories that will make you wake up. Smash that like and sub up. Let's get into it.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry. It is just a lullaby. Dreams of rainbows make you stop. And I am here to wake you up.
Has many hidden and secret spells in which you can use to empower or disempower yourself with.
This is an initiation into really, really deep esoteric material that has been hidden from humanity for millennia. Why is this knowledge hidden away from people? To what ends? The knowledge of the occult is not commonly known. That's why it's not the exoteric. It's not given to the masses. It's the esoteric. It is reserved for the few. And there's a reason for that. It's been deliberately hidden away and kept from the general public.
Etymology is the study of the origin of words and the way in which their meanings have changed throughout history, or his story. Spelling and grammar. Grammar is based off the old French word grimoire, which means magic book of spells.
Language is an attempt to cut off the connection from our intuition. Same pronunciation, but different meaning to confuse us. We can also refuse to use language and spelling and use intention and telepathy instead. In the morning, we say good morning like we were starting our funeral day. Then we greet our friends with a hello. During the weekdays, we work our ass off. You have to be in the weekdays to earn a living. At the end of the week, we are finally weekend. So we only went to work to earn the ash wages of our death. On Sunday, the sun-worshipping Christians go to church to bless. They don't realize they go there to bless. You pray, you become a prey of the dog, I mean God. But Masons read backwards. They do everything in reverse.
The alphabet is just symbols put in different sequences that create spells. When creating sentences, you are sentencing someone to your spell. Sentence is to give someone a term. Languages are a single confused babble mixing different grammatical and phonetic fractals. In other words, words are vibrations.
Fuck! Words mean something, okay? They're signs. Words mean something. We need to look at the signs that God gave us and say, hey, here's left and here's right. You dumbass, if you can't read, then go buy Hooked on Phonics. It's right there. It's a big ass, you've seen it, my Bible. It's a big book full of instructions that nobody want to fucking read. And they get mad because as soon as you read it, your eyes get more brighter and sharpener. Everything, your soul, your spirit, everything come out of you. Everything start getting right. All the angels in heaven start getting happy and shit. Next thing you know, your life start picking up, huh? And all from a book. It's not magic, it's reality. You know, these instructions really work. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it is, man.
Hope everyone's had a good day and they had a grand rising today. Good to practice your form to break away from intentional spells.
Every high school got albino. You see one on. You travel a lot. You ever see one on a plane? Ain't none in the army. Ain't none in jail.
They on that super earth, man.
You ain't never heard no woman say albino rape me. They'd be easy to catch. So I just want to know why I got to be brilliant to them. Huh? Where do they go? Huh? I've been out the cemetery. I've never seen the albino cemetery. I've never heard of albino funeral. I just want to know, where do albinos go? High school. That's all. You shop. You ever seen one in the supermarket? You got clothes for your children? You ever seen an albino
I know
anybody?
one. I know one. His name Crondon.
Huh?
His name Crondon. He live in L.A. I know one. I do know
Yeah,
one.
well, yeah, but he might not be.
Unbelievably killed for their body parts, which are used in traditional medicine and ritual practices.
There is a deeply held belief that using their body parts brings prosperity and success. People turn to witch doctors for good luck. They could be fishermen who fail to catch enough fish, miners hoping to find a precious gold, businessmen trying to attract more customers, or politicians desperate to defeat their opponents.
In the human body parts of albinos. Some African witch doctors are using them to concoct so-called good luck potions. They claim the body parts, skin, golden hair, and even the genitals of albinos will bring good luck in love, life, and business.
It's big business. An arm worth up to 1,000 pounds, skin 6,000, and whole bodies known to bring more than 50,000 pounds. Children are more profitable, their innocence thought to bring better luck. Witch doctors commonly grind down the human bones and sell them as a soap to shower with.
That is not what I expected. That's horrible. Hope that's not an ivory soap. Damn.
You can't go there. You can't explore any of it.
That treaty was in effect from 1959. It can't even be questioned until the year 2041. The longest lasting treaty that all of the world signed on to at the same time and is still in place. Antarctica is the container of our world oceans. What is beyond Antarctica? Why is the government hiding Antarctica from us? Why is Antarctica completely off limits except for taking a tour of a little peninsula off of South America, which is nothing. There's about 100 different companies that you can spend a lot of money to go on a little guided tour of just that peninsula, but all of those companies are owned under one umbrella. They don't let any...
The Urbano Monte map from 1587. Excuse me. North Pole. No ice. No ice around any of these areas, okay? There's North America, South America, Africa, India, Russia, China. Okay, so very similar to this map. North America, South America, Africa, India, China, Russia. Okay? Only thing different, Australia. There is no Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606. So that's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out and this is on the bottom, right? What the f*** is this? There's no ice on it. And guess what? Antarctica hadn't been discovered yet. Antarctica was discovered in 1820. And if you look, well, look, there's an alligator. There's a camel. Warm weather animals. So, you want to explain to me, first thing, what the hell is this?
Not another damn world just outside of Antarctica. They don't want us going there. Once you understand, there's more land beyond Antarctica.
Now, this might just all be a conspiracy, but what if the Earth had more than just 7 continents? And Antarctica was just a giant ice wall that kept us from seeing the rest of the continents. And what if there was a map that showed this? There are theories that these continents contain prehistoric animals, aliens, and advanced civilizations, and that the 7 continents that we are living in is actually a giant farm or business owned by a small handful of families that make up the filthy rich in the real world.
That would be insane.
In the other
beings in this universe that have lost their connection to the source. They've lost their connection to God. They are soulless beings that have no life force energy. And the only way they can survive is by harvesting the energy of God's people. Harvesting our energy. Human beings. Earth is a farm. It's a farm. It's an energy farm. The same way you can go down to the woods today and capture some animal, a squirrel, lock it up in a cage. Somebody did this to Earth and human beings many, many years ago. It's not a zoo. It's not a prison. It's an energy farm.
But I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 345 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found, are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog, top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National. Human.
I am never going to be the same again after finding out what I just found out. And after watching this video, you're never going to be the same either. Sorry about that. Have you all ever heard about this? The Human Meat Project? People for People? I thought this was a joke until I started digging some more and realized this is real, and it gets worse. One body can feed up to 40 people. Together we can end world starvation, overpopulation, and climate change. Why donate? Over time, the human population has increased rapidly across the globe, leading to a higher demand for food, especially meat products. With this increasing demand, land for residential areas has become more difficult to find, and emissions from farms have risen every year, making the lives we lead less sustainable. We believe that by donating bodies and/or organs, we can make a change by creating alternative meat consumption options while addressing the value of a person's body. Y'all, they have this end date where you can decide when you want to go in before you get harvested. What? I'm gonna pause on this. Y'all read this. And here's some meat products that you can choose from. I can't. I literally can't. This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real. God, I'm ready to come home. Whenever, just any day now if you want. I'm ready. These people are crazy down here. They're crazy. I can't do this. This is crazy. Is that normal? Do you guys think that's normal? Human meat? What? So now cannibalism is normal? What? First they changed pedophilia to be minor attracted persons, and now cannibalism? Eating human meat? I can't. I'm done. That's it. Can't. What are y'all's thoughts on this?
Your meat, fast food restaurants, and what you're consuming. Let's go.
You find a report that comes out, and so they use the good parts of the body. What do they do with the rest? Then suddenly you find that 25% of McDonald's burger is human remains. The world's not ready for that yet.
No, it's not, because most of the world eat it.
Exactly right. But I tell you what, that'll put them out of business when that becomes public knowledge.
Do we have no food for you because we have a shutdown? Or do we give you some little quick salads that the first lady will make along with the second lady? They'll make some salads. And I said, you guys aren't into salads. Or do I go out, Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott, do I go out and send out for about 1,000 hamburgers, Big Macs? So we bought 1,000 Burger King, all American companies. Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's. We have Big Macs, we have quarter pounders with cheese, we have everything that I like, that you like.
There's a Jewish man by the name of Rabbi Finkelstein. I want you to listen to what he's about to say. Roll the clip. Listen to this.
I know that on your Passover, which isn't mine, that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but You're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzpah balls and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover.
Well, there was a Goyim that wrote a book about it back in the 30s. I forget his name at the moment. But anyway, he wrote the book. People didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues, where we drain the blood and watch them die there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchering, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the Goyim out here are really eating their children.
It's gonna be kind of hard going to lunch now, huh? Where you going? You going McDonald's? Oh, you going Burger King? Oh, you gonna get a sandwich? You going Subway? That's nice. And I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, weird town, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them, and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, now this is what I mean by actually starting to swim up or downstream with the rest of the salmon, eventually, if you stay here long enough.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself doing that. And you have to, there's a way of doing it without doing it. That takes time. And it takes relaxation.
Not being uncomfortable about...
Not being uncomfortable. Realizing it for what it is.
Projecting.
And understanding what it is. Once you understand it, well, then you're not afraid of it anymore. So you can just walk around it, and through it, and then get on with what you tried to get on with in the first place. A place like this can humiliate you. And it can be, it can humiliate you, it can be humbling. I mean, it does rip your life to pieces.
Is it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
And it's always pounding at the walls. It's like these little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to beat your wall.
Reptilians were the natives of this planet. And back during the first ice age, they went underground. And that's how they ended up surviving. So the Galactic Federation knew this, that this was indeed their planet. So they made a compromise with these reptilians. And they said, okay, we recognize that this is your planet. As long as you stay here, but you're not seen, and you go back underground, we'll allow you to be here. So half the reptilians left off this planet, the other half stayed. And they went back into their tunnels, they went back into inner Earth, they went back underground. And eventually the reptilians started meshing their DNA with our DNA. They started to be able to shapeshift into us. They abided by the law. They definitely weren't seen by us. but they were still always in control, and I still believe to this day they're in control.
This is their laboratory, okay?
Right. Okay, the Dracos, you mean, or the reptilians?
Draco reptilian slave.
And what do they look like?
They're ugly looking, lizard, alligator type people. They got the same skin as the lizards got, okay? And terrible looking faces. But then they have the ability to shift and look like a human. All of them do, okay?
Okay, do you think Von Braun was a reptilian?
No.
You really don't?
No.
Okay.
President, yes.
But yeah.
Oh, what? Which one? George Bush Sr.? Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Bill Clinton and this guy you got just got rid of. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all were.
Right.
Okay. So, and they all have this ability to make themselves look like real good-looking people.
You know, and we've been told you shouldn't talk about that. You know, there are other people say, well, you better not talk about the reptilians. Well, you know, bull. You know, why not? According to the Andromedans, they're responsible for 31,712 children disappearing in the last 25 years from the United States. These children were food. And I'm supposed to just shut up and not say anything about it because people don't want to hear it? That's tough. That's tough. You know, Westchester County, in the last 5 years, 3,000 children in Westchester County, New York, have vanished without a trace. Where are they going? Why are we allowing this to happen? And why should people stay in denial about it?
Now, how are they able to do this? How are they able to do it? How are they able to come up out of this from underground and do it, or do they have?
There are tunneling systems everywhere. They're being helped by the Greys, and also there are groups within the higher echelon that are actually helping them acquire this.
So human beings are abducting the kids and getting them to the Greys to in turn give them to the Alpha Draconans?
That's right. That's part of the deal. They won't come up as long as we feed them down there. You understand? It's about human beings selling themselves out. The echelon attitude here, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of humanity. And sorry, that just isn't right. You know, but it's going to have to be humanity that's going to rise up and take the stand.
Yeah. I just saw some wild shit, bro. Cause you check this out. I had to drop my brother off. He works like deep down Fort Lucas or whatever it's called. I'm on my way. I get on the freeway to come back home, and I'm driving right in my peripheral vision. Like when you go past like an exit, you can see them going down the exit. Okay, so I'm past that right now. It's a dude looking in my car on the freeway. This dude was not in the car. This dude was running. I'm on the freeway. I'm going like 63, 64. This dude is running that fast, bro. I just saw this.
Don't tell me it's about to happen for real. Who yet?
How's it going? My name, I guess, isn't super important. I just wanted to talk to people or somebody about what's going on with me. I was an intelligence specialist in the military, and back when I was in the military, my eyesight was just, I think 2010 or something, like crazy ridiculous, and I've always had good sight. But recently, my eyes have started to change or whatnot, so they've been getting blurry-ish the last 3 or 4 years, and I'm like, hey, I'm just getting old. So finally I went to the eye doctor, and I hadn't been there in like a long time, and now she's told me that I need to go possibly see a specialist. And you can see on here her drawing of my left eye, because it's kind of like turning almost into a weird snake eye. And I don't know if you guys can read those comments. I'm sorry, I have my name covered up, but my eye is like going vertically. I don't know if you can see when I blink, but there's like a, I don't know, weird snakish, but the weird thing about it is that there's other stuff going on with my body that I don't understand, and I don't know if anybody else does, so I'll flip this around real quick. Okay, sorry that my body's not like super in shape right now, but that's the other weird thing is anytime that I've worked out in my life, I always can get like ridiculously huge in a small amount of time. And I have pictures I can upload and show of me like in a 30-week different program, and I gain like 80 or 90 pounds. It's like weird, but right now on my body, it's like my joints are growing extra limbs, and you can see right here.
His
I
elbow.
don't know if you can, I mean, this isn't some edit, Photoshop or whatever. I can do it as fast as you want, but I'm growing like an extra arm out my elbow. It's not hurt, it's not bruised. I can touch it or whatnot. Same thing on the other side. Let's see if we can change. There we go. White background. You can see that's growing out there. My shoulders and delts are getting weird, and my hands, if you notice, I can pop that out and look at my thumb, or that digit right there. And again, you can look on both sides. That's not some edit. That is me growing an extra finger or something. So I don't know what's going on with me and my body, and I don't know if there's other people like me out there, but if so, help. Now this is where it gets fun, because I've learned just recently that I can feel certain parts of my body that I couldn't feel before, like where things are supposed to be, how they're connected. And I mean, this is just my regular hand, but if I were to focus, I don't know, let's say on my pinky, and want to extend it and try to get a claw to start coming out the bottom, you can start to see that's that's not there unless I make it go away. This stuff's getting weird. Well, a lot of you have been following what's been going on in my story, and you saw that my videos were removed, and then I put them back up, and thankfully I had at least 4 carfuls of people that were supporting, kind of, I guess, watching my back, or at least my house. And I got visited by a few people, and again, my videos got taken down again, and I got taken away again, and they took something from me, but it's not what you think. They took a souvenir, and I don't know how long this is going to be up, but I really don't care. I'm going to post anyway. So hopefully you guys can spread the word if you want the truth. If not, that's cool too. I mean, I'm all about going to Applebee's on a date night, but this is kind of a tad more interesting, so you be the judge. What you're about to hear is real. My name is not too important. The information I'm about to tell you is extremely important. I was an intelligence specialist with the United States Navy. Since then, if you watch my other videos, which have been removed, you realize that strange things have started to happen to my body. If you remember, my eye on this side has started to get more of a slit and a reptilian, or I guess snake eye appearance. If you look at my other videos or what I'm adding right here, you can actually see up close what my eye looks like. If you remember my body in certain areas, like for example, you look at my elbows, this isn't a trick. This isn't something that my elbows on both sides, I'm growing additional limbs. My hands, my thumbs, they're extending and growing too. At first, I just put out a cry for help on TikTok. I didn't know who was gonna answer, who was gonna respond, and it took me so long to start to realize what was going on with my body. I had tons of people, if you remember my old account, had millions of views and people following it, and it got banned within 6 months. I tried to post again and it was shut down. I'm not allowed until yesterday morning to repost and spread the word of what's actually going on.
I guess people are ascending, huh? And the people that have ascended back in the day have got us under control. They ascended first. And they don't want no one else to join them.
In order for us to go, our bodies have to change frequency and vibration in order to follow. You can't have it happen all at once. To change the frequency immediately would be too hard on the body, and the body would be destroyed. So we're going in stages. We have to adapt as we go. This has been happening since about the year 2003. You feel it in your body with actual physical changes. Some people say they feel it with high blood pressure, heart palpitations, heart problems, especially the speeding up and slowing down like AFib of the heart, depression, dizziness. Sometimes you'll be dizzy for days and you won't understand what's causing it. Joint aches and pains. And this is general depression. These are the way the body is adjusting, because everything has to adjust on a cellular level. It'll go on for a few days. You'll be uncomfortable. Then it'll level out. And maybe you'll go a month or two. Then it'll come back again. The same feelings as you adjust. People are going to the doctors, and the doctors say there's nothing wrong with them. Of course, the doctor will put you on a pill anyway. But they can't find anything physically.
When we do those two things, we are going to gain the freedom that we desire.
I started realizing that the cabal or the Illuminati or whatever you want to call them, they keep us fighting with each other intentionally because they know that the potential in our unified consciousness, should we ever come together and stop fighting with each other, is extremely powerful. And they have been using that energy against us, like farming and managing our consciousness in such a way that we spin out a version of reality from the thoughts they program into us that makes the Matrix, just like in the Matrix films. And we have made the Matrix that's our prison. We made it from our consciousness and our thought. It's been managed, farmed, programmed, and controlled. And if that's true, and so we have made the Matrix that's our prison. We made it from our consciousness and our thought that's been managed, farmed, programmed, and controlled. And if that's true, then we have the power within ourselves to come together and stop fighting with each other and remake the world. And emotion is key. We're not taught anything about how to deal with our emotions in this world. It's like a big black hole, and we just spurt emotional energy all over the place like an out-of-control garden hose. You know, would we waste money like that in most cases? Would we waste gasoline in our car that way? No. Well, we need to look at our emotional energy the same way, because that's the big key. And we have powerful emotions as human beings, and that means a lot of emotional power. But the only way we can wield it is to come together and find our commonality.
Human heart's magnetic field can be measured several feet away from the body. So it's even saying that you have a magnetic field that's coming from your heart, that's literally surrounding your body, and it builds up a protective shield. Y'all can look this stuff up, but we finna dive deep into the science of these things. Y'all see that? Check this out. Negative emotions can create nervous system chaos, but positive emotions, remember, emotion stands for the E stands for energy. Motion means movement or vibration. So energy or energetic vibrations is emotions. Vibration is, again, sound waves. It says negative energy vibration or energy emotion can create nervous system chaos, but positive energy emotions or energy vibrational frequencies do the exact opposite. Positive emotions can increase the brain's ability to make good decisions. So if you're listening to a good positive energy or good positive high frequency, like 417 hertz, and up, or 417 hertz, when you're listening to that on the A frequency or the A keynote, this make you have more thought-provoking, elements. This give you positive thinking. This make you be more creative in your thinking process, and it clears all the chatter. But if you're listening to music like Bust a Nigga Head to the White Meat, that's why I fucked your bitch and all this other crazy nonsense music, or talking about how, black on black violence and selling dope or degrading the black goddess, then this literally, it stagnates and becomes very, very, very acidic into the environment of your body, and it starts to break down your cells because it corrodes the electrical current that is going throughout your body, because your body's electrical and you're listening to electrical frequencies that is not vibrating or that is not in sync or synchronizing with your hertz.
What they doing is because they fully know that we activating. They know. They fully aware. You seen videos of Elon Musk shooting rockets up, and trying to figure out how to break the firmament. They already know that they can't leave the planet. They know that right now they stuck on the planet. This is like purgatory for them. That's why you see Elon Musk shooting up rockets and CERN and things of that sort. They trying to find a timeline, right, where they win. But they can't do nothing. It's inevitable. Their destruction is inevitable. And the crazy part is I seen it all. I seen it. I don't care what y'all think. Y'all can say I'm tripping. Y'all can say, I told y'all hallucinogen, the term hallucinogen is false. When you consume these entheogens and you tap into the mycelium network, it shows we live out. You step outside the construct of time. This whole time was created. It's false. And when you ascend to a higher dimension, you can actually leave the construct of time. I actually went to the quantum burst, the quantum field, as well as I stepped outside the parameter of time, and I seen what's going to take place in regards to us fully accessing our cosmic powers and our full ability. It's going to take place.
Yeah.
I seen gods and goddesses levitating. I remember looking around and like, wow, I was in awe. Looking around kind of, because, when you into these entheogens, you partly somewhat got your third dimensional mind, but I believe we be tethered to the fifth dimension somewhat in the third, and we kind of can remember somewhat. But I seen it all. I seen us all fully powered up, and we fully were aware of everything that was going on. And the thing of the sad part is, it's a lot of people that's not gonna make it. It's a lot of people that's too dumbed down by society. They ended up getting a job. That's just too bogged down with and brainwashed. And unfortunately, it's a lot of people. If you're watching this right now, you will ascend. You will tap into those higher levels of consciousness. And the most important thing, though, however, is love. Okay, just because you got melanin or neuromelanin don't mean you won't be left behind or you won't be stuck. Because again, I believe Rashad Jamal said it, these ancestors will walk right into your avatar and take over if you're not utilizing your 9 ether correctly. And it's like you in this car. It's just like if the cops, if you seen the movies when the cops running after somebody and they take them out their car because they need it, that's what the ancestors going to do. They're going to hijack your vehicle and they're going to take it over because you ain't riding it correctly. That's what's going to happen. So it's very important that people tap in and realize what's going on and fully focus. They're not doing all this CERN and they're not doing all of this stuff. They're trying to find a timeline where they win, but they can't. They can't, and it's inevitable. The most important thing that everyone could do is remain steadfast. Sun gaze is very important. Ground, do your shadow work, and fully step outside the matrix. Realize it's all an illusion. It's all assimilation, and just focus on happiness.
With all that being said, guys, thank you for coming, and I hope your eyes have opened. Let me know what your thoughts are about these TikTok conspiracy theories in the comments below. Until next time, all of y'all, take care.